In the midst of the information age, Influx aims to blur the entrenched delineation between physical and digital, while rethinking the means in which architecture can engage in cultural discourse. Located underneath the aggregate, the synthetic landscape obscures the boundary between the familiar and unfamiliar, natural and synthetic, order and disorder, and the digital and physical. A natural, overgrown landscape contends with the fragments of the exterior aggregate that have come to rest inside, fraying the boundary between interior and exterior to create a space that is neither and both. These displaced objects seem to be simultaneously foreign and native, at times obtrusive and at other times congruous. Influx re-envisions the capabilities of the contemporary museum through the reconstruction of the present-day LACMA. Divided vertically into two distinctive layers, the museum as a whole is composed of seemingly random shapes floating above an immersive landscape. Counteracting the modern-day encyclopedic museum, it aims to flatten the hierarchy through its scalable aggregate paired with elements of composed randomness. The internet is a place where content is constantly moving, updated, deleted, discovered, and shared. A place that flattens the traditional hierarchy and gives equal access to all. Immersive galleries give an internet-like access to the artwork collection. Overwhelming, unorganized, unlimited access. In contrast to this method of viewing, normative galleries allow visitors to view the artwork resting on the floor plates. The LACMA collection is stored in two habitable aggregate shapes. Located inside of these shapes, rather than floor plates, is a hyper-cartesian grid of storage containers. The autonomous forklifts infrastructure plugs into this grid, allowing it to access any of the pieces of artwork and place them anywhere inside of the museum. The composition of the building is built up of four main components: exterior aggregate, interior habitable aggregate, circulation, and storage infrastructure. The relationship between the habitable aggregate and the circulation is symbiotic. The floor plates and pathways work congruently with the storage infrastructure to bring the artwork and visitors into the randomized habitable aggregate. Programmatically, the circulation and floor plates respond differently to the habitable aggregate, allowing for double height galleries, stacked retail spaces, and multi-floor offices. The exterior is made up of randomly scattered primitives, encasing the interior massing completely. Rather than exemplifying an existing technology, the aggregate is a representation of the contemporary moment where architecture can still take part in cultural discourse. In contrast to the mass storage warehouses of the present, void of cultural influences, the aggregate is an attempt to emulate it, while becoming an architectural statement. Some aggregate is set into motion, creating an object that is in a constant state of flux. At points in time, the different particles seemingly align for a brief moment, only to continue to rotate and break the Cartesian constraints that appeared for a fleeting moment. This fluctuation runs across the line of digital and physical, reimagining what technology and architecture can be. Through the combination of themes such as hierarchy, data storage, and landscape, the contemporary museum can be reimagined through a digital lens as the culmination shown in Influx.